Hey, what is up, guys? We're here with the Nash character breakdown. If you haven't seen our character breakdown videos before, we talk about a character's notable normals, special moves, V skill, V trigger, as well as a basic game plan for the character. So as far as Nash's mobility goes, his walk speed forward and backwards is pretty average, but he has really fast forward and backwards dashes that go really far. So this allows him to move around pretty well. He has a pretty hit and run style with good offense and really good zoning with his projectiles since they have great recovery. So that's kind of what he is, right? He gets in, he gets out, he can throw projectiles and stay with his zoning stuff, and then suddenly just explode in there and get offense going. As far as mobility goes as well, he has a number of normals that move him forward. So he has this forward light kick, this knee here, and if you hit really deep on that, really far away, you can actually combo off of it. At about that range there, you can get that low jab to combo or other things. There it is. He also has forward medium kick, forward heavy kick, those both move him forward. Forward heavy punch, this big swing here, which is also a crush counter. And forward medium punch, which moves him forward. It's an overhead, and there's also a target combo into it with crouching medium punch into forward medium punch. That's an overhead there. Speaking of crouching medium punch, it looks just like this. It's really good for starting combos, and it's really good for anti-airing. It's also special cancelable, so that's a button you're going to be hitting a lot as Nash, crouching medium punch. Crouching heavy punch is also a pretty good anti-air, also good for starting combos. You can link stuff like standing medium punch after, or back medium kick, which is another good move to combo into. Really nice. As far as anti-airs go, he also has standing heavy kick. This is a good button to anti-air with. And another one you're going to be using. He doesn't have like a traditional uppercut or anything like that, so you're going to have to anti-air with normals most of the time. Besides those normals, he has crouching medium kick, which has amazing range. It's a really nice crouching medium kick. It is not cancelable into anything, though. You can't cancel it into fireballs or anything like that. But it is a really nice crouching medium kick. It has really nice range, and his sweep, crouching heavy kick, as well, has great range. And it really helps that he can hit and run with stuff like that, and it just covers really great range. His target combos, he has a lot of target combos. Mostly I want to talk about light kick, medium kick, which you can combo after with a number of things, but mostly jab is what you'll do. And light punch, medium punch, which cancels into a bunch of stuff and is really good to combo off of. So even if stuff like you land this move here, you can just go right into that. It's really nice to combo. So it gives him extra combo potential, and those are the two target combos you'll probably be using the most as Nash. Let's talk about some crush counters. So Nash has a couple of crush counters. His forward heavy punch, like I mentioned earlier, is a crush counter. Now you can combo off this in a number of ways. If you have V trigger, you can do stuff like that, which is really nice if you want to leave them standing. You can also do stuff like this and combo into Tragedy Assault. And you don't have to do the EX version, but that's just an example of that. And he also has close heavy punch. Close heavy punch is a crush counter as well, and you can get real nice and fancy combos off of it for big damage too. So those are the two crush counters you're going to mainly see, especially this close. This close fierce is really good for blowing up, stand teching or buttons that your opponent's trying to hit. And those are the two big crush counters that you're going to see as Nash. Now let's talk about some specials. He's got the Sonic Boom, looks like this. Light punch Sonic Boom starts up pretty quick and has the longest recovery. It looks just like that. Medium punch Sonic Boom takes a little longer, it's a little slower, a little better recovery. And heavy punch Sonic Boom takes the longest, is the slowest, and recovers the fastest. So if you throw one of these, you're gonna recover really fast. If you throw the light punch one, it takes a lot longer. So I'll show you guys by doing a jump. So after the boom is out, I'm gonna try to jump. You can see how long the recovery is on light punch. It's a long time there. Heavy punch, much sooner, right? So that's kind of the way they work. It's very similar to Poison in Street Fighter 4 if you guys are familiar with that character. Now he can also throw an EX version of the boom, looks like this. If you hit another button, you throw a second boom. So it looks just like that. You can throw two booms, and you can throw them really fast, or you can wait kind of and let there be a gap there, or you can just choose not to throw the second one at all. So yeah, that's what his EX boom looks like. He has Sonic Scythe, which is quarter circle back kick. There's a couple of versions of this. Light kick looks like this, and it combos mostly off jabs and stuff like that. That's when you're going to use this. Medium kick off of a little chunkier buttons. It also has really nice range if you want to use it at a range like that. And the light kick and medium kick versions of this combo into super really easily. Heavy kick has a more upward angle, does the most damage, and is the one you'll probably do in combos off of stuff like this. I showed that off earlier. EX version has a really large sweeping hitbox and is another really good anti-air. When these normals are out of range for anti-air, this is the one that you're going to go to. So that's the EX Sonic side. Now, Moonsault Slash is quarter circle forward kick. It looks like this. It's very similar to a Jaguar kick looking like move, and you see that there's different ranges for it, right? Light kick is right next to him. Heavy kick is across the screen. This is really good on block, and you can actually combo after with a number of things, so it's really nice, right? And you can do stuff like this, swing into it, and then go for it. It's a really nice move. It allows him to pressure. A lot of people can just like jab it out or uppercut it out of the air, but if you sneak it in every once in a while, it's a really good choice. EX version looks like this, and is an overhead, and you can combo after with a bunch of things. You can actually not do it in the air. It looks like a move that you could be able to do in the air, but you can't. If you try it in the air, nothing, right? Nothing that you can do with that. Final move is Tragedy Assault. I showed this off earlier. It's uppercut motion with punch, and it has different ranges. The normal versions of this all steal meter, right? So they steal your opponent's meter and give it to Nash. The EX version steals health and gives it back to Nash. So it looks just like this when it hits. He explodes your head. EX version has an extra big explodey at the end, and you can V-trigger cancel it and combo after. It's pretty nice. And that is what Tragedy Assault is. Those are his special moves. Now let's talk about V-Skill, V-Reversal, and V-Trigger. So with Nash, his V-Skill looks just like this. This is another good anti-air tool for when your opponent jumps from really far. From when your opponent jumps from like a range like this, the anti-airs you're going to use most often are V-Skill and Forward Light Kick. Forward Light Kick is an amazing far anti-air. It's so good. But yeah, V-Skill also dissipates fireballs, so if I set the dummy here to throw a fireball at me, you can see that. Yeah, and it does it from a pretty far range. It's really easy to react to fireballs with and take it. And you just build yourself some nice V-gauge there. Another thing that you can do with this is just kind of play footsies. Right about this range, you can just stick it out, and it has a pretty nice hitbox on it. And every time you hit one of those, it's going to build your V-trigger up. And Nash's V-trigger is really good, so it's a good thing to mention that. Now, let's talk about his V-Reversal. So his V-Reversal is forward and 3 punch. It's a nice little teleport there, and you see it swap sides. Now, Nash doesn't really have a way to escape pressure. He doesn't really have an invincible like uppercut or anything like that like a character like Ryu has. So he really does have to block in a lot of situations. So his V-Reversal switching sides is really good, and you're going to find yourself using it pretty often. He builds V-gauge really quickly, so it's a really nice escape tool to have handy. His final thing is his V-Trigger. Now, V-Trigger is a teleport. It has 3 different variations. It just has neutral plus V-Trigger, which means you don't hit anything. You V-Trigger, you teleport behind your opponent, right? So that's going to go behind your opponent. And this can extend combos. Can also mix people up when you do stuff like throw a fireball, and then you V-Trigger to the other side. It's pretty nice, right? The other 2 variations are back plus V-Trigger, which teleports you in front of your opponent, and forward plus V-Trigger, which puts you behind them. So this lets you put up, mix-ups where I could throw the fireball, I can land in the front, I can land in the back, it's whatever. And you can also extend combos like do something like this, whoops, teleport in the back, do fancy juggles like that, combo into super if you want even more damage. So he gets these fancy juggles that normally he wouldn't be able to do, and he can even punish stuff. Like if I say Ryu throw a fireball from here, I can just teleport, hit a button and punish him from full screen. So V-Trigger with Nash is really good for mobility. If you see someone jump at you and you're in the corner, you can just teleport through them and you're out of there. And now you have this whole screen to walk back. So he's this really interesting hit and run character with nice projectiles, good offense. He's really tricky. He's a ton of fun to play. I definitely recommend trying him out just because he's a lot different from a lot of characters in this game. And if you do like to throw lots of fireballs but also don't mind getting in there to get some pressure going, Nash is definitely the character I recommend checking out. Thanks so much for watching this character breakdown. The rest of the characters will be out soon, and I'll see you guys in just a bit.